Bill Snopper here. The winner has left me with tons of inventory that's gotta go. It's time for the spring family sale down at Franklin Sussex Auto Mall.
With savings up to $11,000 off MSRP on all new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams. How does $169 a month sound? That's all it takes to lease a new Jeep Renegade Latitude or get an incredible deal on a new Ram 1500 Express Quad Cab. Your choice, just $169 a month.
Need credit? We'll help get you approved. Hurry to Franklin Sussex Auto Mall, Route 23 in Sussex.
Spring clearance event.
Welcome back to the Franklin Sussex Auto Mall, Franklin Sussex Hyundai Sports Beat. We're sponsored by Up and Above Roofing and Contracting. They're in Andover, the Powers family, very big into the local community, and they love their softball. Well, why not? The kids are great players, right?
All three of them terrific. Amber's going to be back. We'll talk about Pope John in a second, but Kaylee was our player of the year, and Brooke was a tremendous player down at, she started off at Ithaca and ended up Montclair State, so
did you get a hold of Poots?
in the blood.
Sorry to interrupt you. Did you get a hold of Poots?
Yes, I did. Got a hold of Rick Poots.
Where you been, Poots? Hiding out? I don't know. Anyway, what do you got, Dan?
All right.
He's probably watching right now.
He does watch.
He's like an
He's a
old
fan.
man, though. He's probably eating his oatmeal watching the Sports
Well,
Beat.
you're definitely getting a phone call now.
Yeah, I was being good funny.
All right, we'll move back to the Freedom. We talked about Hackettstown before the break. We'll move with Vernon, new to the Freedom Division after playing in the American. Again, it's almost the same story as baseball. They were winless in the division play, but they ended up 10-18. That's one of Vernon's best records in a long time. They got into the States, lost to Northern Highlands, a very good team. But Kerry Ludigan, who's been there a long time, she's very excited. Last year with the double-digit wins, and then they beat Wallkill Valley in the HWS before losing to North Hunterdon. But she's got a good core back. Frankie Pataki's back, junior shortstop pitcher. Natalie Alhead, a shortstop pitcher, as well plays the infield. And you always need a good catcher. Gianna Vasiloni is back. She's been starting since she was a freshman. But the big thing for them, and Coach Ludigan's exciting about this, she's got some freshmen that are going to make an impact. Gabby Colon, Olivia Vizzini, and the one kid I'm interested in seeing, Victoria Graffone. She started and played varsity basketball in the wintertime. And I've heard about her on the youth level. She's a very good pitcher. And again, if you have a pitcher in softball, you can ride them. Makes up for a lot of sins. But if we'll see if Graffone adjusts after a successful youth career, adjusts at the varsity level as a freshman. That should be interesting. Vernon and Kittatinny open up this weekend. So that would be a good opener. We'll see. And they'll play that game unless it's a monsoon because it'll be at Maple Grange Park. So that's a good opener for Tori Graffone and see how she does. Newton last year, 7-13. Kurt Pakuka, who does a great job year in, year out with them. He's the key for them. They got their pitcher back, Katie Maker, just a sophomore. She learned how to pitch varsity last year. Took some lumps, but I saw her a couple of times. She's going to be a very good pitcher this year for them. They're going to hit. Newton always hits. Carly DiOrio's back after a monster freshman year, Taylor Thiem. And then Catherine Zakowitz at shortstop does a great job. Sierra Dunn, Morgan Mendel, Riley Scarali. I think this team will be competitive. They'll challenge people in the Colonial. They lost an outstanding catcher who was at Manhattan, Emma Hess, who was an all-Mugs player for 3 years. They'll have to replace her at catcher, but I think Kurt will have them. They'll be more exciting than, like I said, Newton hits and runs the bases. And if Katie Maker can continue to improve from her freshman year of pitching, I think Newton will be doing well in that division as well as the newcomers. They were in the Colonial last year. High Point, Brian Gallagher's third year. I can't believe it's 3 years since that group graduated. Valley Fry and Chelsea Eckert and Chelsea Francavilla and just Carly Satter. It's been 3 years, but Brian last year got them more competitive, 9-14. But they graduated their pitcher Kim Adams, who did a nice job. But they got one of the top players back, Kelsey Little, 4-year starter, 400 career hitter, one of the last holdovers from the championship years. Kelsey will lead them at second base and at the top of the order. Kelsey's a terrific player, and we're looking forward to seeing her cap her senior year. Casey Rutter's back, Maddie Stiers, Jordan Martin, Katie Kiefer will be catching. Becca Morrison got hurt last year with concussions, and she can't catch anymore, so she's no longer playing, so we wish her the best. She was also a good field hockey goalie. And freshman Grace Mazzilli coming in. Pitching will be Brooke Wanamacher, so she'll have to step in. Coach Gallagher has a lot of confidence in her. And again, as always with softball, if you get the pitching, you can be competitive. And I think High Point's got enough kids that can swing the bat. They'll score runs, they'll catch the ball. Will they stop the other team from doing the same, swinging the bat? That's going to be the big case there. Lenape Valley. Billy Moore, 138 wins. He's 2 away for 140 for his career. 10th year for him. 14 and 13 last year. Natalie Iazetti stepped in when Matty Ronco got hurt to pitch. The season could have went to, down to twos, but Iazetti kept them going, and it got better as the year went on. And they won a couple of state games. They beat Westwood. They beat Ramsey, who was the state champs the year before they lost to Demers, who won the state title. So that was a great run last year for Billy Moore and the gang. And they lost some good kids at graduation, like I said, like Natalie Iazetti. But coming back this year, Katie Maiello is back. She swings the bat. Actually, she graduated. Excuse me, folks. Nicole Catalina, she's back, third baseman, because Maiello and Catalina were terrific in the infield. Melania Lacatina is back. Alex Agins is going to be handling the pitching. Sierra Lyons will be at shortstop. Another Brenninger's coming up, Rachel Brenninger, and then Megan Canfield. They're going to play that tough non-league schedule. They'll play Sparta, they'll play DePaul, they'll play Cedar Grove. But it all depends on how the pitching holds up, as always, because Lenape Valley, as we always said, can hit the ball. And Bill Moore, one of the best coaches around. So I think they should be right now, if you look at it, it's a wide open race, almost like the Colonial. Vernon, if Grafone is the real deal, folks, they could challenge for the title. Lenape Valley's got a lot of talent. Newton and Hackettstown. So again, the Colonial and the Freedom going in my opinion, no clear-cut favorite. So that'd be a lot of fun to watch. We're going to move over to the American Division. Frank Canning, over 300 wins in his career, his 20th season. 21-9 last year, 5-3 in the American Division. And the American Division got much tougher with Jefferson joining. We'll talk about that because you got Morris Hills, and Billy Romano does a good job at Mount Olive. They're always competitive. This is one of the best divisions in North Jersey. But Frank, graduated Izzy Hilling, who's playing at Felician, and had a kid transfer to Sparta. We'll talk about that. But he's got almost everyone back, Frank. He's got Gabby Bubba pitching 16-1 last year. Amber Powers, a legitimate 400 hitter. Wherever she decides to go to college, they're going to get a great one. Maybe she ends up at Montclair State. I haven't found out yet for Frank, but I will. But she terrifies people with that lefty bat and terrific first baseman. Catherine Fassbender's back, 368. She played in the outfield. Sam Henry, top second baseman around, 326, along with Kelsey Little. Kayla Hillenbrand, third baseman. She hit 376. Morgan Casabre, she's back. Brianna Lair. Marissa Russo, third baseman, 3-year starter there, hits 338, and also does a beautiful job at Pope John games singing the national anthem. Marissa Russo, a talented kid. Then you got Jess Whittem back, Riley Winstock, and a new player, Haley O'Connor. Pope John, and last year 21-9. Some teams would love to have a 21-9 record. Pope John, I think, with the kids they have coming back, despite their tough schedule, could do better than that. Could challenge to win that conference. Also, go very deep in the HWS, and maybe Frank, before he hangs it up, gets that elusive section title in North Non-Public A. They have the kind of team that could do it, folks. Rick Poots, Rick's watching. He told me that you owe him breakfast.
Anytime.
You got to buy him some breakfast. But Rick Poots, he's in his 18th year.
Homers, buddy. Go ahead.
Got his 300th win. 19-5 last year. They won the American Division at 7-1. They lost two tremendous players who are having great freshman years. Gretchen Bowie's at St. John's, doing very well. Courtney McKenna, she's ripping it up at the Coast Guard. She's been named their Player of the Week, Freshman of the Week. So a lot of teams, when you lose a top-notch catcher and a Division I shortstop as well, you're going to have to take a step back. But we talked about it all last year with Sparta. One of the big keys to them, the majority of their team, of the 14 kids they carried, I think 8 or 9 were sophomores. Now they're juniors, and they're all coming back. Paige Smith, terrific year, 18-5 last year. She also hit 500. She had 170 Ks and 158 innings and only allowed 37 earned runs. She's tremendous. She's back. Erin Scott back, a terrific outfielder, can swing the bat. Annie Monroe, one of the few seniors, is back in the outfield. Carolyn Jacobs will be at first base. Tatiana Estevez Ingram, a terrific outfielder. Izzy DeFilippis, terrific at second base. Great speed, slap hitter up top. And when she becomes eligible, Jess Esso, 2-year starter at Pope John, she'll have to sit 30 days, but that's a great kid to have slide back in the catcher to make a division and state in HWS run. Jess Esso back then, and she also has a sister that's a freshman to be playing. So this is a Rick Poots team that's very good, and I think it's going to challenge to be them and Pope John will be great. Last year they split. Also want to mention a kid that graduated last year, a couple of them. Amanda Johnson played last year at third base with a bad leg and just gutted it out. She was tremendous. Kylie Wells had a big season for them, and so did Taylor Meyer. So as I said, most teams can't replace a kid like Bowie and McKenna. Not that they're being replaced, folks, don't get me wrong, but they'll be able to be a good team and have the same results. They'll challenge for the American division. They got to the HWS final last year. They lost to 100 in Central. I think these things are all capable of them doing it again and making a deep run. They made it to the North 1 Group 3 final, lost a heartbreaker to West Essex. I think this team is built to do all those things and maybe one step further. Maybe they win a state title. If they do, they'll play in the new Tournament of Champions, which is new in softball this year. The 4 groups and the 2 parochial or non-publics will play in a Tournament of Champions, which I think is a great idea. So hopefully Sparta has a chance of doing that, representing Sussex County. Another team that might have a chance to do that, representing the area but not from Sussex, is Jefferson. Nick DeGennaro, 6th year there, he's given the program stability. And if I go over, I think he's the second longest coaching softball coach since Ed Levins. Ed Levins was there for, sound like 400 years, but he was there for 30 years. Then after that, they went through a bunch of coaches. Nick has brought stability to the program, has done a great job. They lost in the semifinals of the Morris County tournament to a very good Chatham team. They lost to Pequannock, who seems to just have their number in the States. But they won the Freedom. They graduated a terrific catcher in Diana Gatto, who was playing at Golden Beekman College Division II. But listen to the kids they have back. Isabel Seiss, 4-year starter, over 100 hits, all league, all 4 years. She had 436. She's a threat to go over the fence anytime she's up. Terrific player. She's back. She's going to play at Messiah College. Also back, Nicole Vasallo at third base. Terrific player. Allie Hine, one of the top shortstops around. She hit 435 last year. Chelsea Patondo, all-league player like Hine. She's in the outfield. She hit 440 last year. Claire Bone is back. Katie DeBell at second base. Carly Worcester's back in the outfield. So they got everyone back except for Diana Gatto. And then you had the 2 pitchers. Alexa Pettit, Alexa Pettit's back. She's a junior. 13-4 last year, 2.08 ERA, first team all-league. And then you got Morgan Carr, who is 8-2, 1.7 ERA. This Jefferson team, Nick is excited about. And it's the first time in his 6 years he hasn't played or started a freshman, which he's happy about because that means the program's developed where the sophomores are getting better and can play and other people have to sit. Nick's hoping to make it to that Morris County final again. They lost a couple of years ago to Butler. He's hoping to get back into a section final and get back to those Eddie Levins winning ways of winning county titles, section titles, and league titles. This division, as I said, is tremendous. With everyone coming back and then adding Jefferson, right now I'd have to say the favorites are Sparta, Jefferson, and Pope John. And you know what? The way these teams play, we could have either tri or co-champs in the division. Once again, the softball in the Muggs Media area, I say it every year, is some of the best in the state. People and the NJAC in total, terrific softball. People can talk about the Shore Conference all they want. The NJAC's where it's at when it comes to softball, in my opinion, and the best division in the NJAC's the American. So, ready for another year, Muggs?
And thank you. Great job there. Remembering all those names. Wow. Take a break.
I do.
Okay, we're sponsored by Up and Above Roofing and Contracting in Andover Township. Your roof needs to be replaced, folks. I know it's leaking. Come on, call Up and Above. They also do contracting as well. We're here at the world famous Auto Mall, the only choice you need. Let's take a commercial time out.
Bill Snopper here. The winner has left me with tons of inventory that's gotta go. It's time for the spring family sale down at Franklin Sussex Auto Mall.
With savings up to $11,000 off MSRP on all new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams. How does $169 a month sound? That's all it takes to lease a new Jeep Renegade Latitude or get an incredible deal on a new Ram 1500 Express Quad Cab. Your choice, just $169 a month.
Need credit? We'll help get you approved. Hurry to Franklin Sussex Auto Mall, Route 23 in Sussex.
Spring clearance event.